In the 2016 film Hidden Figures, there's a scene. A powerful white NASA director, played by Kevin Costner, storms across the facility after discovering that his best mathematician has been walking half a mile every single day just to use a segregated bathroom. He is furious. He grabs a crowbar, marches to the colored bathroom sign, and tears it clean off the wall. He then turns to his staff and says, "No more colored restrooms.
No more colored restrooms.
No more white restrooms.
No more white restrooms.
Just plain old toilets.
Just plain old toilet.
Go wherever you please."
Go wherever you damn well please.
And as he walks away, he stops, turns around, and declares, "We all pee the same color."
We all pee the same color.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the?
Triumphant music is playing quite loudly in the background. The black staff looks hopeful and proud. It's a powerful scene. It is dramatic. It is satisfying. It is the kind of moment that makes you want to stand up and cheer in the cinema. Oh wait, what's that? It never happened? This character never even existed? Yes, he never existed and this never happened. Not even close. The real Katherine Johnson simply started using the white bathrooms one day and nobody said a word. There was no crowbar, no speech, no white authority figure riding in to dismantle segregation with his bare hands. Just a brilliant black woman, quietly and defiantly refusing to be diminished, on her own terms, with no white savior in sight. So why did Hollywood invent that scene? And why did they invent the character of Al Harrison entirely? He was fabricated for the film just to deliver it? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Let me ask you something, dear viewer. When was the last time you watched a film centered on a black or brown experience and there wasn't a white character there to hold your hand through it? Think about it. The Help, a story about black maids and their struggles in the Jim Crow era, told through the eyes of a white woman. Green Book, a story about a black man's experience, his success as an artist, and facing racism in the Deep South, anchored through his white driver. Glory, a film about a heroic black regiment in the Civil War, narrated by their white commanding officer. And The Blind Side, a film that somehow made a white woman the emotional center of a black man's life story.
I bet.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the?
Coincidence? I think not. And Hollywood has been doing this for decades. This concept is what I call a white anchor. As I said in my previous video, which you should definitely watch, is a white character usually placed in a position of authority or moral guidance who exists primarily to serve as a familiar, relatable entry point for white audiences. They mediate the story in simpler terms. They lower the psychological distance between a white viewer and an experience that is not their own. And in doing so, they subtly shift the narrative away from the very people the story is supposed to be about. And no film illustrates this more perfectly than Hidden Figures, today's case study. Hidden Figures is a biographical picture which tells the extraordinary true stories of Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson, three black women whose mathematical genius was instrumental in launching John Glenn into orbit and winning the space race for America. It's an incredible and powerful story, a necessary story, a story that went untold for decades. And yet, when Hollywood finally told it, they felt the need to invent a white man to help tell it. Al Harrison, the NASA director played by Kevin Costner, did not exist. He is a fictional composite character, manufactured by the filmmakers to represent NASA's leadership. And in the film, he is portrayed as a progressive, fair-minded authority figure who champions the women's cause. Most memorably in that dramatic bathroom scene we opened with.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the?
Screenwriter Theodore Melfi was the one that added both the coffee pot scene and the white savior moment of breaking the bathroom sign. He said that he saw no issue with, quote, modifying history to achieve the right message. He says he did this to illustrate the absurdity of segregation. The truth is far less cinematic. Katherine Johnson has spoken about how NASA was actually far more hostile and discriminatory than the film portrays. The famous scene where Harrison dramatically tears down the colored bathroom never happened. In reality, Catherine simply started using the white bathrooms and nobody said anything. She did not need anyone's permission to be great. She did not need a white man to tear down a sign on her behalf. She handled it herself. But apparently, that version of the story was not considered compelling enough for a mainstream Hollywood audience. There needed to be a white face in a position of power who validated their genius, who ended racism at NASA, who gave them permission, in a sense, to be brilliant, as if their brilliance needed his endorsement to be believable. That is what a white anchor does. It does not just provide a familiar face. It subtly repositions the white character as a necessary ingredient in the success of Black and brown people. And that is a deeply problematic message, even when the film's intentions are genuinely good. Again, I talk about this deeper in my previous video. It will be linked down below. This tactic plays a huge role during award season. The Green Book won Best Picture over Spike Lee's BlacKkKlansman, a raw and unflinching film about a black detective infiltrating the KKK. The movie had no white anchor and made white audiences deeply uncomfortable. And then there's Sinners, a more recent example of this phenomenon. Ryan Coogler's 2025's masterpiece was set in 1930s Mississippi. It celebrated the origins of blues music and Black Southern culture. It centered entirely on Black characters, with no white mediator to soften the experience. It went into the 2026 Oscars with a record-breaking 6 nominations, but only won 4 of those. It lost Best Picture to One Battle After Another, which was a politically charged film itself, but was anchored by Leonardo DiCaprio's white protagonist, Bob, who completely took over the protagonist role. The film swept virtually every major precursor award throughout the season. This shows that the pattern holds to this day. I talk about this more in the previous video. Now, to be fair, none of this means these films are bad. Hidden Figures is a genuinely moving and important film, but importance and honesty are not always the same thing. And when Hollywood consistently needs to insert a white character into Black and brown stories to make them accessible, that tells you something about who Hollywood believes its audience is and whose comfort it prioritizes. Harrison was created and only existed to guide white audiences through the story by giving them a familiar, sympathetic white lens to experience the narrative through, and to reassure audiences that not all white people were complicit in the racism these women endured. The stories of Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson are extraordinary enough on their own. They do not need a Al Harrison. And until Hollywood trusts Black and brown stories to stand entirely on their own, without a white hand to guide the audience through them, we will keep having this conversation. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I suggest you watch the linked video where I dive deeper in this topic. And if you're feeling generous and want to support the channel, you can leave a super thanks or just like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.